So now let's move on to your next topic, that is right of the buyer. Now what are the rights that are given to the buyer as per the law? Now first right is right to have delivery as per the contract. Yes, when there are two parties in the contract, that is seller and the buyer has the right to get the delivery of the contract from the seller. It is the duty of the seller to deliver the goods to the buyer and accept and pay for them in accordance with the terms of the contract of sale. Now when the seller is delivering the goods to the buyer, now the right of the buyer is that he should pay for the delivery of goods and accept the goods that he ordered. Okay, this is the first right, that is right to have the delivery as per the contract. Second, right to reject goods as per section 37. Now when does the buyer has the right to reject the goods as per the particular contract? When the quantity is less, okay, as per section 37 subsection A. When the quantity is more, that is section 37 subsection 2, and mixed quantity of goods. See, now when buyer and seller are entering into a particular agreement, the buyer will specify what will be the quantity of goods, what will be the quality of goods that he wants, and for what price he wants the particular goods and services. Now based on that only the seller has to deliver the goods. The seller cannot deliver, if suppose he's ordered for 50 quantities, if the seller is delivering only 20 quantities, he has the right to reject it. If the buyer has ordered for 50 and if the seller is delivering 70 goods in the quantity, the buyer has the right to reject it. Now if he is giving mixed quantity of goods, suppose if buyer only ordered for mangoes, okay, now the seller is mixing mangoes and bananas, or mangoes, bananas or apples together and giving, the buyer has the right to reject the goods of the seller. Okay, in these conditions the buyer has the right to reject the goods if there is minimum good which is given, if there is maximum, or if there is mixed quantity of goods. This as per section 37 subsection 1, 2 and 3. Third one is right to repudiate as per section 38. Now what is the right to repudiate? Is basically, unless or otherwise agreed, the buyer of goods is not bound to accept delivery therefore by installments, where there is contract of sale of goods to deliver by stated installment which are to be separately paid for, and the seller makes no delivery of defective delivery in respect of one or more installments, or the buyer neglects or refuses to take delivery of pay for one or more installments. It is the question of each case, depending on the terms of the contract based and circumstances of the case, whether the breach of contract is repudiation of whole contract, or whether it is servable breach giving rise to claim of compensation but not right to treat the whole contract as repudiated. Basically, when there are two parties in agreement, there will be certain terms and conditions, and there will be certain rules that will be given, that will be entered into by the buyer and seller. Now the seller cannot sell the goods in installment basis. He cannot give defective goods. Next, he'll tell, I'll take the defective goods, give you proper goods, and he does not take back the defective goods. So this is not how it works. Okay, so when this is happening, the buyer has the right to repudiate. Okay, now and also in terms of installments also, if any contract, if they haven't specified that the payment will be done in installments, but the seller is sending goods in installment basis or something, then the buyer has the right to repudiate. Okay, fourth one is right to notice of insurance. Now what is the right to notice of insurance as per section 39? What is right to notice of insurance? Unless otherwise agreed, where goods are sent by the seller to the buyer by a route involving sea transit, in circumstances it is usual to ensure the seller shall give such notice to buyer as may be enable him to ensure that there is sea transit, and if the seller fails to do so, the goods will be deemed to be at the risk. Okay, now before the buyer and seller enter into a particular contract, the terms of conditions of the transportation will also be stated. Now if the seller is telling that I will send the goods through sea, there is a lot of risk involved, right? The goods might also be damaged. But if the seller is telling the buyer, and the buyer is still willing to enter into a contract wherein the goods are sent through sea, then it is not the fault of the seller. But if the seller is not informing the buyer that he is sending it through sea, and if he is not able to send it properly, then the right to notice of insurance, okay, then the buyer has the right to cancel the contract. And also it is always important that the seller informs the buyer, so that the buyer will insure his goods. He will have certain insurance on his goods. Suppose if the seller is informing that he is sending it through sea, okay, that he's sending it through sea, the buyer will have certain amount of information and he will be able to insure the goods. Okay, so it is very important that he has a right to notice of insurance so that he can insure his goods for what the amount he is paying for. Next is right to examine the goods as per section 41. Right to examine is basically the before the delivery or after the delivery of goods, the buyer can completely examine the goods. If the goods are satisfied, if he is getting satisfied with the delivery, he can keep the goods. If there is certain defect, he can return the particular goods back to the seller, demanding for the different good. Okay, so these are the rights of the buyer: right to have delivery as per the contract, right to reject goods, right to repudiate, right to notice of insurance, right to examine the goods. So after knowing what are the rights of the buyers, now let's look into the what are the duties of the buyers. So in your duties, you have 8 duties of the buyer. So the first duty is duty to accept the goods and pay for them as per section 31 and 32. What does it say? Accept the goods. Accept the goods from the seller and pay the goods to pay the amount for the goods that are delivered by the seller is the duty of the buyer. Okay, in accordance with the terms and condition, the duty to accept the goods and pay for them. Okay, once you get the delivery, you need to pay the amount of the delivery of the goods that have been given by the seller to the buyer. Next is duty to apply for delivery as per section 35. Okay, apart from any express contract, the seller of goods is not bound to deliver them until the buyer applies for delivery. Now now when the buyer has ordered the goods, he should also apply for delivery. He should also tell the seller to deliver the goods to him. Okay, next one is duty to demand delivery at a reasonable hour. Okay, now duty to demand delivery is basically if the buyer and seller are entering into contract. Suppose now when you are ordering something on Amazon or Flipkart, you can see, right, when you want the delivery, when you will be available, where you want the delivery, and all of these. So he can also ask the delivery at a reasonable hour, suppose from 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, whenever the buyer is available and he can accept the goods, he can also demand for the delivery at a reasonable hour. Okay, now fourth one is duty to accept installment delivery and pay for it. Now duty to accept installment delivery, if the buyer is not able to pay the entire amount at once, he can also accept for an installment delivery. If suppose he's ordered for total 50 quantities, but at a time he can pay only for 10, so seller will only give him 10 quantities and the buyer will pay for 10. Next he will again deliver 10 and he will pay for 10. Okay, so on installment basis this will take place. The fifth point is duty to intimate the seller the reason for rejecting goods. Okay, suppose if the buyer wants to reject the goods, if he's received any damage of goods or anything as such, the buyer has to give a complete detail as to what is the reason that he is rejecting the goods. Okay, and he is not accepting the delivery, he should give complete details to the seller of the goods. Sixth point is duty to take delivery. Duty to take delivery is basically he should be the reasonable time to be should be fixed, and he should also apply for delivery, and he should also take the delivery. He cannot tell I don't want to take the delivery or anything after ordering. It is the buyer's duty to accept the delivery and take the delivery. Seventh one is duty to pay the price for the received goods. It is very important for the buyer to pay the amount of the to the delivered goods. Okay, of the delivered goods once he is receiving the goods. Duty to pay for damages or for non-performance, where the buyer wrongfully neglects or refuses to accept a pay of goods, he will have to pay the damages. Suppose if the buyer has applied for delivery at a reasonable time, okay, and by mistake the buyer forgets to accept the delivery and he is not there due to some emergency, he has to go out of station, the seller will face a certain amount of loss, right, because of the negligence of the buyer. So the buyer will have to pay certain amount of money or consideration because of the negligence. Okay, he should pay a certain amount of fee. Okay, now your next topic is right of unpaid seller against the goods.